In 1860, publisher Erastus Beadle paid $250 to popular author Mrs. Anne Stevens for the right to publish a story that had originally been published as a serial in the magazine The Lady's Companion in 1839. Maleska, Indian wife of the White Hunter, is described as the tragic interracial union of an Indian princess and a white hunter in northeastern United States during the colonial period. But Beadle's publication was unique. While other publishers had experimented with less expensive books, Beadle had taken the idea a step further, cutting costs drastically by using the cheapest paper and binding. He had reduced the price to just 10 cents. The book went on sale June 9, 1860. The New York Tribune advertised the book, "Books for the Millions, a dollar book for a dime, 128 pages complete, only 10 cents." At a time when most hardback books cost a dollar, Beadle had invented the dime novel. The format, books at a low cost with formulaic stories at around 100 pages, printed in a standard size of 6.5 by 4.25 inches, was an instant success. The books, largely focusing on stories of the frontier and American history, were sometimes called Blood and Thunders for their action-oriented style. Frontiersman Kit Carson was the subject of more than 70 dime novels between 1860 and 1900. In 1907, the Atlantic Monthly said of them, "These tales incited a love of reading among the youth of the country. Many of the boys and girls who encountered Pontiac, Boone, the renegade Girty, Mad Anthony, Kenton, and Black Hawk in their pages were incited to find out something more about these characters and their times, and thus were introduced to much of the nation's story and geography." The books were easily carried and passed around, making them popular with Civil War soldiers on both sides. Historian Jill Lepore noted, "Blood and Thunders were sent to the army in the field by cords, like unsawed firewood." The content of many early dime novels, including, of course, Indian Wife of the White Hunter, were reprints of serialized stories, which could be purchased at low cost from the author. And in an era without careful copyright protections, some of the stories were outright pirated. The books were produced in prodigious amounts. Former Confederate Colonel Prentice Ingram, an advance agent for Buffalo Bill's Wild West show, wrote some 600 novels under numerous pseudonyms. Between 1860 and 1915, an estimated 50,000 dime novels were published in the United States. The Library of Congress has a collection of nearly 40,000 titles. The firm of Beadle and Adams were estimated to have sold some 5 million copies of dime novels between 1860 and 1865. Erastus Beadle became a millionaire. The dime novel democratized reading in America and influenced American popular culture in many ways, helping to define fictional genres such as romance, westerns, detective stories, and even early science fiction.